Who's with us? I see John Osborne. How are you, John?
What's up, y'all? How you doing?
Dude, how you doing, my friend?
I'm good, man. TJ should be signing on at some point.
Well, you know what? I am first. I'm digging the beard, and I'm digging the light, sort of the ambiance behind you. Where are you? Talk to me about it.
You know, I did that specifically for you guys. I dimmed the lights to a perfect temperature. I've got some forward lighting so you can see my face. I'm in my kitchen, to be honest with you. But lighting is crucial in life. You got to have good vibes everywhere. It's good for your juju, you know.
It absolutely is. The lighting really
I love
provides.
the lighting. Where are you in your car right now? Are you driving?
I'm not driving, John, but I am in my car. I also, like you, wanted to have a special light.
That's good. Yeah, the sun.
Oh no sun at all, actually.
We said goodbye to the sun. We'll see it again in about June.
Yeah, exactly.
We are straight up in the Pineapple Express right now. We got the Cowboys and Seahawks playing this weekend, and who knows, it could be drenched. Who are you cheering for this weekend?
Go Seahawks.
Yeah!
That's right. Screw the Cowboys.
What's up,
Hey,
everybody?
John, I got to tell you something. And this is very weird for me because I love the Seahawks, but I was, born and raised in Texas. Diehard Cowboy fan. My grandmother died during the Dallas Cowboys game. Massive stroke. I'm not even kidding.
She was at the game, or just at home, or just she got so worked up?
By the way, TJ Osborne is right there. TJ, thank you for asking. She was in her recliner.
Really?
During a very controversial call when Tom Landry was the coach of the Dallas Cowboys.
Really?
Massive hemorrhage, and she died. That's
a
true story.
God, we are. I will show you this because our oldest sister Rachel sent this to us this morning, which is hilarious. We did not know this was going to be a thing. I know some people have had this, so I feel like we got to root for our Ravens today because apparently we're at the game here. The Ravens posted that we're going to be there, so we'll be rooting them on.
Who are you going for? You are going to beat the Cowboys Seahawks game, you're saying? Present?
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, they're at the Ravens game. Front row, too.
Game.
Nice.
Yeah, apparently we're at the front row Ravens game.
Yeah.
Dude,
That's the best tickets we've ever got.
Our grandmother was or in our family, I guess we're Redskins fans. My grandmother was a diehard Redskins fan. She would smoke her Pall Malls or whatever she smoked and drink Michelob White in her bed, and she would watch the Skins game every week. And she was cremated in her Washington Redskins or Lucky sweater.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah, and we spread her ashes, a little morbid, but we spread her ashes into the Chesapeake Bay, being from Maryland, and they were pink. And that's how she wanted to go. So I get it, y'all.
That, man.
Yeah.
Dan
Snyder's made it really hard to be a resident.
Oh, yeah.
But
What?
And now it's just the football team.
Yeah, now it's just like the football team, right? The Washington football team.
Washington football.
Yeah.
I love it's like you have a $1 billion company, and that's like the best thing you can come up with on the spot.
Yeah.
Like this is something you've been dealing with now for a decade, and you didn't have something in the chute already, just on backup. Like, come on.
You never had a backup plan. You never had a plan B for a
Come
day.
on, y'all.
Speaking of, what a crazy year. It's absolutely been, whether it's Kanye saying he's going to run for president or the Murder Hornets, or today, my God, Vin Diesel coming out with a pop song.
No.
What are some of the big true story, guys, minutes ago? I'm not kidding.
No, at least it's not a country song.
I hate to judge it. Who knows? I mean, maybe it's badass. I don't know. I'd like to hear it.
I don't know, man. It's number one trending right now, and people are losing their minds.
Well,
really? At least it's not a country song. I think we're fine. We're safe.
They might try to push it to country radio. You never know.
Yeah,
but
if he was a country artist, he would change his name to Cummins Diesel.
To you, though, this year, what has just been like freaking mind-blowing? Like, oh my God, did that just happen? Like, I know there's been a lot. I mean, so much to count. But what has absolutely just blown you away this year as far as 2020 news?
I mean it's hard to say. It's like, God, this is so much. We were talking about how the Tiger, like that whole Tiger King thing that was like red hot for like, that seems like 10 years ago to me. Like, I can't even,
now,
I need to rewatch it.
Carol Baskin is now on Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, that's right.
Carol Baskin's killing it. She definitely killed her husband.
She did. There's no question. She's and if you're the judges, you got to be wondering, you got to be watching your back when you walk out of the studios at night.
Oh yeah. Or if you're her partner and like you missed one step, you are toast.
We were hanging with our friend Casey Musgraves a couple weeks ago, and she was like, at this point, I feel like a clown could just come walking through the front door, and I would just be like, yeah, come on in, sit down.
Like, no, like clowns flying in a hurricane, and nobody would be shocked.
Yeah, with machetes.
I'm still here. We were like, I'm just like, okay, I'm counting my blessings, and just trying to hopefully. I feel like, and when next year starts, I really feel like truly like it's just a flip of a switch, and it's like a totally different thing. I hope.
I think so too. I really believe that. I mean, we have nowhere to go but up. When you guys were younger, when did you guys discover as brothers, like, hey, we love music, let's maybe do something with this? Like, when did it sort of begin? Like, when you guys weren't fighting or wrestling around or whatever, like, hey, we could do something.
It happened pretty early on. Our parents they would play and sing songs, and they wrote a lot of songs, and they came to Nashville a few times. So it was really easy. It wasn't like, hey man, do you want to play music now? It was always around. And then we moved to Nashville. We did separate things for a long time. And then, 11 years ago or so, we just started playing shows together, and then that's when it all took off.
Wow. Obviously, is it easier being family when there are, whatever, an issue, argument, a disagreement? It's probably easier being brothers to get over stuff much quicker than anybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't break up.
No, it is. We always joke, that we're very efficient arguers, because I feel like if you don't know someone very well, you're trying to tread lightly. But if we know each other so well, and there's no treading lightly because you know exactly what's happening. And TJ and I can have a knockdown, drag-out argument for about 5 minutes, and then about 5 minutes and 2 seconds, we're like having a beer and telling jokes. Like, it's over. It's great.
Yeah. So I guess it is easier for family. It's like, look, I know you're my brother and you love me, but I'm pissed right now.
Yeah.
Like, and we do. We kind of address it and get it. But
I'm about to punch you in the arm.
Yeah, we laugh about it now because
Mom.
Meatloaf, Mom.
We're so busy that we don't have that much time to argue. So we're like, all right, we got to be somewhere in 10 minutes. Let's duke it out here for a minute. And then we do get over really quick and we move on. But I think, and also, I mean, on the other side of it, it's been really just amazing to have this ride that we've had and have the successes that we've had and be able to share those together. It's been really cool.
When you went to Nashville, I love asking this and finding out. I mean, and both of you, see if you could agree on it. Who, no doubt, reached out to you, another artist, and said, dude, this town is crazy. I got you. If you need anything, you call me. I'll be there for you. Who was it?
I don't know if there was anyone in particular like that was at a certain level that, that put us under their wing. But we had a lot of mutual friends that we went through the ranks with, like people like us and Casey Musgraves and Maren Morris and Carly Pierce would hang out all the time with our group of friends. And a lot of other friends that were very successful as musicians and songwriters. We were all in the same class, if you will. So we had each other's backs, which was really nice. No matter what happened, we had the other one's back and we rooted for each other. And there was a lot of that. But I can't really think of anyone in particular that, reached out and was like, I got your back, because, we're survivors. If at the end of the day, if no one has our backs, we'll just do it ourselves. That's
hey,
how we roll.
Dude, then let me be the first. You need anything, really? I got you.
Oh my God, thank you.
Yes, thank you. We need our song added in power.
Yeah, let's see. Put your money where your mouth is.
Now.
Oh my God, now you're turning against me. All right, we have some of your amazing fans, some of the greatest listeners in the world. I'm going to throw my imaginary Zoom ball to them. They're going to catch it. And Haley, you are on with Brothers Osborne. Boom, Haley.
What's up, Haley?
Hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
So I have a daughter sitting next to me, Bristol. Her birthday is 10-10-10. I call her my
Hi.
perfect 10.
Man,
She wants to be a
getting old,
singer,
Bristol.
but she's shy. So my question to you is, what advice would you give to younger fans who want to go into singing and music, but are shy and maybe a little nervous at times?
Well,
You know what?
I would say that a lot of people are actually very shy. You
Yeah.
know, I think
Yep.
that are really successful at it. You know, I think, and I'm not going to name names, but there's some people in this business that some people even kind of think aren't very friendly, but it's really just the fact that they're actually really sweet. They're just not very outspoken people. And quite often, people that get into music, the reason why music is so great is for people that are maybe a little more introverted. It's a way of them kind of communicating and speaking. And for myself, I mean, I was not much of a talker when I was a kid, and I guess I was probably a little more on the shy side. And I think, you know, what I would tell Bristol too is that it's okay to be shy and be yourself. You don't have to feel pressure about being shy. It's okay. And you don't have to talk to everybody. And, you know, just, it's all right to be yourself. And I think trying to force people to not be shy, even though they are, it's fine. You know, it'd be like telling you to be quiet when you don't want to be. So I think, you know, I think it's fine. There's plenty of shy people in this business that have had a lot of success.
Thank you.
Cool. Oh, thank you, Haley.
Thank you.
See if I can catch that Zoom ball. No, that in the back. All right, and we're going to Julianne. Hi, Julianne.
I like this.
Oh, you're muted.
You're muted.
Which, by the way, thanks for muting yourself originally. We did a Zoom conference a couple of weeks ago, and someone could not figure out how to mute their microphone, and their sons were chopping down trees with chainsaws. Literally, it was insane. It was like every time you could not hear anything the entire interview.
Literally.
It was like it went from like funny to aggravating to funny again to aggravating to just like everyone losing it because we're like we just basically stared at each other for 20 minutes and heard chainsaws. Go ahead.
Imagine you've seen this absolute craziness going on in all Zoom backgrounds, right?
Yeah.
Which, so, you know, good on you for managing your microphone over there, Julia.
Thank you. Can you guys hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah. You can.
Okay. I got to do one of these before with the Bull and Carly Pierce. And so I'm going to ask you guys the same question that I asked her, and that is, what is your favorite childhood memory?
What is your favorite lipstick?
Yeah.
You know, that's really tough. I mean, I would say like for us growing up, you know, I just always really remember, John kind of touched on this a little bit earlier. It was always a lot of music around, and we always grew up and just played music. And we would wake up in the morning, and my dad always had music playing. We would wake up to, it could be Alice. I just did this yesterday. I put on Alison Krauss and Union Station. He would listen to Alison Krauss Union Station all the time in the morning. It was either between her and Bonnie Raitt. And so we always kind of woke up with that kind of fun thing. And our dad always made it fun. So it was just, and literally we were talking about how our power got shut off all the time when we were kids. We didn't have any money, and we thought it was awesome. It was so much fun. Our dad, we'd make forts and have flashlights out. We'd be like, all right, the power's out again. But, you know, just making the best out of a little bit. But John, you can obviously.
Oh, definitely that. And also not so much our childhood, but just being a child in general. I miss climbing trees. You wouldn't catch me dead trying to climb a tree. I would literally break every bone in my body. But sometimes I look at a tree as an adult, I'm like, damn, that would be so fun to climb. That's it.
Yeah. Thanks.
I was going to say we have an issue. We have a member on the show. You'll see Drew right here. A lot of people think he looks like Al Borland from the hit show Home Improvement. Drew 2 weeks ago was actually caught in one of his neighbor's trees for some reason. But another story.
I was going to cut it down. I wasn't. Yeah, that's it. I was just scoping it out for cut down. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got stuck like a cat, and then the fire department had to come get you out.
That's right. There's only two ways down.
Happens to the best of us.
I love that.
Thank you, Julianne.
You're welcome. Thank you guys for the pizza.
You're so welcome. Was it warm?
As hot, piping hot.
Hot, fresh, and made to order.
Yes.
All right, thank you for that. Pass that ball back. And and to Chrissy Rivers we go. Good catch.
She's still working on her hand-eye coordination over here.
You nailed it.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
Catch.
This is now Joe, and she wanted to ask the question to you guys.
So I was wondering if you guys have any pets.
We do have pets.
Did we cut out on you?
We have a lot of dogs. I don't know where my dog is, but I have a dog named Barley. And TJ, you can talk about your dogs. I'll see if I can find my dog.
I was going to call my dog, but she's literally. I just posted this on my Instagram account.
Barley.
She's laid out on the Chase Lounge out here. Look at her.
Oh my god!
She's just chilling. Then there's another dog. I've got a pit bull who came up earlier that I found at a Waffle House years ago, and so yeah, we got 2 dogs.
This is our dog Barley.
Hi, sweet baby.
Oh my god.
Sweet Bubba.
That's amazing.
She's like got her hands on the countertop, like she's about to eat lunch.
Hey, that was such a great question. Thank you for that great question.
Yeah. What about you? Do you have any pets?
Throw 'em all back.
Oh, do you have any animals with you right now? Okay, thank you so much. All right, look at this. Alyssa is standing by. Alyssa, boom, you got it, Brothers Osborne. Good catch.
That was quick.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yep, I can. I love like you got to be a gamer.
Yes,
You're
I
called
am.
me. Oh, nice.
I'm known to play Warzone. I don't know if you'd want to watch me play it, but
That's my husband used to play that. I'm more of a World of Warcraft and Minecraft and that kind of game.
nice. Cool. You got the gaming chair and everything. You got the setup.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Can't do it any other way.
Yeah. Well, I do, and I think my results show that.
Okay, so my question to you is, when you actually started becoming famous, climbing that ladder, what was a personal challenge that you had to go through and basically overcome?
Honestly, it was a little bit of the opposite for the most part, but there were some challenging things. I think, there's a really, I'm going to paraphrase here, but there's a Jim Carrey quote that where he wishes everyone had the ability to be rich and famous at one point in time in their life, so they would realize that had nothing to do with anything. It has nothing to do with happiness. And honestly, it really, really, really highlighted for me the things that did really matter in my life. And I felt like we got closer with our family and our friends. We were always close, but I think I just really appreciated the little things, because that's honestly what really still brings me a lot of happiness. And
yeah,
the other thing that is really strange, and this is something just so everyone should know this, is when someone approaches you, like in my mind, I'm not thinking, oh, I'm famous, they know who I am. I'm thinking, why the hell are you coming up close to me? Like, if any random person walked up to you, it would be kind of like, get your guard up. Like, why are you approaching me? And so that's a weird thing at first. If people usually come out of the gate and just say, hey, I'm a big fan of yours, and I just love what you guys do. I'm like, awesome, that's great to hear. But like a really awkward thing is when someone says, are you who I think you are? Because I'm like, well, who do you think I am? I don't know. I don't want to be like, yeah, I'm in Brothers Osborne. And they're like, that's not what I thought. I thought you were somebody else. But so that is a weird thing. It happens quite often if we're sitting having breakfast and someone wants to come up and approach the table and say hi really fast. I don't mind that they're saying hi. It is just a little bit alarming at first. And so for those of you, sometimes I think people might walk away thinking that, man, that person was an asshole. But it's hard for me to compute that everyone knows who I am. I just kind of assume that they don't. And so it's strange at first when people do that. And that's a weird thing. It's just so making people feel good. If they want to come in and say hi really quick, I appreciate it. And if we're meeting breakfast, just say hi. Don't linger. Just come, come in. But I don't think there has been, there's been some weird stuff with we do get weird things, like our homes are in trusts where no one knows where we live, because people will leave notes and weird stuff. I had the 2 houses ago, I had people that were literally on my front porch peeking through my front window. And I don't think they even perceived it as being weird. They actually seemed like totally normal people. But I think they think that when you're famous that you're just kind of like public domain. And it's, a lot of the same things that you guys like and the comforts that you like with privacy, we still enjoy, even though we do have a public life. So that's been an adjustment.
Wow. Great question. Thank you for that, Alyssa. Yeah.
Now we have gates in our houses.
Oh, guys, by the way, I forgot to tell you, we're about to announce your exact coordinates of exactly where you are right now.
I know, you got my IP address now.
The amazing Shanster is standing by. What's up, you guys?
Oh, you're muted.
I'm here. Here we are.
There you go.
I'm Tom Brady in it. Okay.
I lived in Southern Maryland for quite a few years, so
Where?
always good to see some Marylanders on there.
Nice. Where?
Just thinking about, what do you see as the biggest change from your first album to the one that's out now? Any like changes, or how do you feel like your progression went?
Well, we played a lot of live shows since our first album and this one. I do want to kind of I noticed just a second ago that I'm wearing this shirt that says Seattle, Washington on it.
Oh,
nice.
Like literally, this is a store in Seattle called Emerald City Guitars. It's like our favorite guitar store on the planet, and just
I'm wearing a
it's
shirt
just
that
on
has
the top of the drawer. Literally coincidence.
I'm wearing a
So
shirt that's
I'm
apart
repping the
from Maryland,
hometown.
Southern Maryland.
But it definitely, we've grown a lot. I mean, we've just gotten better just from playing a lot of live shows, writing a lot more. Our songs have gotten better, and I think we finally found who we are as creators. On our first record, all the songs, which I love, I'm very proud of them, but they're kind of all over the place. We're kind of figuring out who we are exactly. And on the second record, I feel like we got a lot closer. On this record, I think we're as close as we've ever been to representing ourselves creatively and expressing who we are as people and as musicians. So I think that we've definitely come a long, long way, and we can't wait for you guys to hear the record. Where in Southern Maryland are you from?
Pax River, St. Mary's County.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're Southern Maryland.
Southern Maryland, yeah.
Don't get me wrong, we're in Montlake Terrace, Washington now, but
I think I'm still in the country. I want to be back in the country.
Yeah, I feel it. But at least you still got water close by, though.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, we're landlocked here. TJ lives on the river, and I'm about to move to a house that's on the river. So that's as close as we can get to water, unfortunately.
Yeah, Tennessee. Yep.
Yeah, good question.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Hey, you mentioned Seattle, guys. When you come back up here, you got to let me take you. I always love to take folks, especially artists, when they come up here. We'll go to the where Jimi Hendrix is buried. I'll take you to Bruce Lee's and Brandon Lee's grave. It's really freaking cool. I mean, there's a lot. Yeah, they are. Yeah,
it's Fitz's morbid tour of Seattle and the surrounding area.
It's not morbid. I mean, it really is, and I think you guys will see too. I mean, it is like a place of, like, you feel them. It's like connection when you go to Jimmy, his grave, or Bruce and Brandon's, or Kurt Cobain's bench in Kurt's Park, right by his house. Right.
Cool.
It's really cool to see. So we'll do that.
Cool. I'm down.
Yeah.
To your grandmas who died during the Cowboys game.
Mama May, by the way. Mama May was her name.
Mama May.
Mama May.
This is a very dark Zoom.
It was going so well.
All right, Michelle. Hi, Michelle. How are you? Good catch.
She just one-handed it.
I'm great. I don't have a question, but I wanted to tell you guys that I love Stay a Little Longer, and that's been my ringtone for years.
Oh, nice.
And it's got the perfect intro for a ringtone.
It kind of does.
Yeah. Well, that's good to know. Yeah, I didn't even know that existed.
That's actually hilarious. It does kind of sound like a ringtone.
Yeah, exactly.
After years of playing that song, I never, ever thought of that, and you absolutely nailed it. It is a ringtone. That's funny.
And I saw you guys at Stagecoach a couple years ago, and you guys are awesome.
Thank
Oh,
you.
thank you. Yeah, God, Stagecoach was which year was it? Was it the year was Keith Urban headlining, or was Tim McGraw? Okay.
Yeah, Keith Urban.
Oh man, that was a rough year.
Was it?
It was windy.
Yeah, it was really, really, really windy. And they had to. It was so windy, in fact, that just off of just wind alone, the skies were clear. They were almost going to cancel the show because if it gets up, I think to 40 miles an hour, they have to bring in the truss so it doesn't fall over. And then I think it was like 35-mile-an-hour winds, and so it was blowing everything around. And the other thing that's really tough about that is that sound gets blown around, and so they had to drop the PA down really low, and then everyone in the front was like, "We can't hear you," and I'm like, "I'm not doing the sound, I'm just singing." And and so no one could hear, and they kept complaining it was quiet, and wind kept getting blown everywhere. We had to let we let go of an employee right before that happened, which is something we have done like next to never. And so the whole flow of the way the stage went was
that's
really
right.
unusual.
I forgot about that.
We had to have AC Musgrave's guitar tech step in and try to help, and then he didn't know some of the things, so some of the guitars were not tuned how they should be. And it was just like, it was that show. Honestly, I'm glad to hear that you had a good time, because on stage we were getting our asses handed to us. And then of course I'm like, God, this is one of like the worst shows that we've had in a long time. And I look over and it's like Keith Urban and Nicole Kidman and like all these other people. And I'm like, of course, this is the show that you're watching right now. But anyhow, we ended up having a lot of fun that night. I mean, that's such a great place. But we're ready for a Stagecoach redo.
Yeah, I'm going next year, so you guys should be there next year.
Exactly. Well, I mean, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, Michelle.
Well, yeah, thanks for coming out to see us.
Fantastic. Who do we got? Aunt Claire or Drew? Do you have a question, by the way?
Sure.
Yeah,
You go
Drew,
first.
go ahead.
So I think earlier you said your parents were musicians. Were they professionals? I think you said they'd come to Nashville. What they play in? Were they in a band we'd know, or were they session, or what they do?
They weren't professionals per se. I always like to joke that there's no such thing as a professional musician. It's an oxymoron. But they, they tried. Or they would write a lot of songs when we were young, and they came to Nashville maybe 4 or 5 times to figure out how to make it. And they unfortunately didn't succeed themselves, but vicariously they're succeeding through us. It's hard. A lot of people don't realize that in order to make it down here, you have to just spend a lot of time. Even if you don't live here, you got to come a lot. It obviously helps to live here. But it was something that they tried. But I think through osmosis, us being around it, it helped us.
So if they had trouble making it and basically didn't get that to that level, were they for you trying like to pick up where they left off, or were they kind of like,
I think they loved it. And I think in a way to see it probably means more to them to see their kids having the dream that they wanted for themselves and I think, I don't have children, and some of you here do, but I think most parents probably, would obviously prefer their kids succeed even over themselves. So I think for them, it's just to see their dream kind of really lived out through their children. They're just incredibly proud of that. But we did have a band with our dad too. That was the first time we really went out and played it professionally, if you will, where we went out and actually played some local bars. In fact, another weird thing about a t-shirt, this bar is called If Found Sober, Please Return to Happy Harbor. And it's a bar. Happy Harbor is a bar in our hometown, and like where we played maybe our first or second show ever, and it was with our dad in a band called Deuce and a Quarter, which is a lot of people want to know why I have this like 225 tattoo, but it's after a car, which is a Buick Electra 225, and they call it Deuce and a Quarter, which was the name of the band that John and I ran with our dad, and we would do a mix of like some of his original songs and some covering, he would sing Bob Seger songs, and we might cover Asleep at the Wheel or Merle Haggard, just all over the place, Jimi Hendrix even, and that was kind of our first taste of really going out and playing live for a crowd. And I think right then we knew that we were pretty hooked.
That's cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I know you got to wrap up. And Claire, do you have a question?
No, I just want to know when you were 10 years old, what was your very favorite TV show?
Oh my God.
10 years old.
I don't want to say how long ago that was for me to date myself, but it was not yesterday. That's for sure.
I think the Batman animated series was
right
out.
on.
The original like 90s Batman animated series. That was my jam. I love X-Men.
I mean, probably like Pinky and the Brain, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Pinky and the Brain.
That was a really good one. So I noticed that all the young kids have left. They're like, they can't relate.
Yeah, it wasn't.
They can't relate. Guys, I mean, thank you so much first of all, thank you so much for doing this. This is really, really cool. The fact that you spend, so much time doing this, and I can imagine the amount of Zooms that you probably, I mean, how many of these do you think you've done so far?
We've done a lot of them, but it is, the thing is that we don't really, I think we've always really loved our fans and seeing our fans. And I think to some degree, we probably took a bit of it for granted, and didn't realize what it was like not having anything at all. And so getting just to jump on these Zooms, and we do a lot of them.
We're grateful for that. Thank you for that.
With the exclusion of the woman who had the chainsaw running the entire time, they've all been very, very fun and very awesome, because it's really great to see the fans, and we don't get to see anybody. So we're releasing new music. We're a lot still changing in our careers, and we learn probably the most about what we want to do next from our fans. And we haven't got to play any of this music. Like, for instance, It Ain't My Fault. The label didn't want that to be a single, but we kept going out and the fans kept going crazy for it. And we were like, we can tell that when we play this, that the fans are going nuts for it. And so that gave us the confidence to make it a single. And obviously it was a successful one for us. So you don't really know till we get out there and start seeing the fans. So anyways, just jumping on these Zoom calls and getting to see y'all and talk to y'all. And honestly, it really is, it's always a highlight for John and I. And especially you guys got great questions and
just know too,
in person.
And everything you say, not only do we use it, on our morning show in Seattle, but every bit of this is also is going to be on Country Top 40 as well. And so we're always excited for that. And I want to wrap it up with this. So many songs about like feel good and positivity. We're seeing so many artists right now, doing cover songs of those. And I have an idea that there's only two people that can maybe do two groups, and that's you guys in Little Big Town, and I will not tell this to anyone else. And I don't even think I mentioned it to Little Big Town, so you're getting it first. But you guys remember that song from back? You guys remember that song from back in the day? Just let your love down. Just let your love down.
That's Bellamy Brothers, right?
Bellamy Brothers.
Yeah,
dude, it needs to be.
Way to go,
please redo it right. Redo your Brothers Osborne. Do a version for us. Contemporize it, and I will jam it.
All right, the Bellamy Brothers Osborne. I like that.
But you guys, your voices.
Love that. Aunt Claire, she hit that unmute button like she was on Jeopardy. She was like,
don't ask me where my car keys are, but I knew Bellamy Brothers.
Hey, thank you so much for the time. We cannot wait to chat with you soon. Brothers Osborne.
Hey, y'all stay safe out there. Go Seahawks.
Go Hawks.
Hope we get to see y'all soon. Thanks for having us, y'all.
You betcha, man.
Take care.
Thank you.